Was Floch Forster right? The name alone triggers fans. Some call him a fascist, others see him as a necessary evil. But let's step back for a second. Forget what he did, and focus on why he did it. This wasn't some evil mastermind looking to dominate the world. Floch was a guy who saw the truth, and couldn't unsee it. He was on that suicidal charge with Erwin. He watched hundreds of comrades get wiped out in an instant. And while everyone celebrated victory, Floch came back different. He didn't return as a hero. He came back broken, but awake. He realized that hope wasn't enough. Not in this world, not when the rest of humanity saw you as a devil just for being born on the wrong island. That's when he changed. That's when the old Floch, the background soldier, died. What rose in his place was someone terrifyingly committed. A man who didn't care about being loved, only about being remembered by the people he was trying to save. While Armin talked about peace and compromise, Floch laughed in his face, because in his mind, peace was a fairy tale and history was written by the winners, and if Paradis didn't become those winners, they were done for. You see, the scary part is that Floch wasn't acting out of ego. He wasn't Eren. He didn't have the founding titan or a grand destiny. He was just a soldier. But in that simplicity, he became something else, a fanatic. Not for glory, but for survival. He called himself the shield of the island. And if that meant gunning down former friends, threatening civilians, or even dying hated, he was ready. That's what makes him so hard to place. He's not a typical villain. He didn't want power. He didn't want revenge. He just wanted his people to live, no matter what it cost the rest of the world. And yeah, his methods were brutal. No one's denying that. He silenced dissent. He enforced a regime. He even tried to shoot a flying boat out of the sky because it threatened Eren's plan. But step into his shoes for a second. If the world was pointing every gun it had at your home, your family, your people, what would you do? Would you hope for mercy? Or would you fight fire with fire? Floch chose the second option. And that's why people hate him. Because he didn't flinch. He became the devil before the world could make him a victim. And maybe, just maybe, that's what made him so tragic. He died believing he was right, not for fame, not for revenge, just for survival. You don't have to agree with Floch, most people don't. But to write him off as just another crazy extremist, that's lazy. He wasn't crazy. He was desperate. And in a world built on lies and cycles of revenge, sometimes desperation creates monsters. Monsters who think they're heroes. So was Floch right? Maybe not entirely, but he wasn't 100% wrong either. He stood for a brutal truth this world didn't want to face, that sometimes the ones we call villains are just people who refuse to wait around and die politely.